in Africa for Africans. When we're talking about people, we are talking about the right to develop their personality, both individually and also as part of a community.
We are here participating in a data protection conference. If it was not obvious for everyone to start with, it now becomes uncontestable that the right to data protection is essential to other human rights, to democracy and to the rule of law.
Merci aux organisateurs de cette conférence pour le sacrifice consenti pour rendre ces moments les plus agréables.
Challenges in Africa with regard to data protection is also the result of inadequate expertise in data management and data protection.
We discussed the significant policy challenges raised by these new technologies, especially around cybersecurity, data protection, the digital economy and innovation.
You will all join forces and row together, and I certainly wish you a good voyage, and I hope we will do it together. Thank you very much.
The Commission, when we embarked on this journey, we least expected to be able to deliver to this scale. I'm very much excited that something has begun. This something that has begun must be kept on. We shouldn't let the ball drop. We should keep all the balls juggling until we are able to them all and make positive impact in this region in a way that cannot be overlooked in the world.
Of applause to the DPC. We can do better than this, guys. Quite often we don't take data protection seriously until it affects us. Until you are caught in the web of it, you don't know the importance of it, and they're doing a great job at this. But the use of new technology, we are in a pandemic era. These days, even kids 6 years old are having school on their computers. So how does the idea of enabling transparency towards trustworthy transformation work with the DPC? How are they doing this? And what's the PTs that they keep talking about as well? Shall we please welcome Madam Patricia Dusepoku to throw some more light on this for us?
Thank you. Good morning. Honorable Minister. Is it working?
It's working? Yeah.
Honorable Minister, board members, peer agency heads, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the Data Protection Commission. Last year, in 2019,
we launched the rebranded Data Protection Commission with the objective that data protection is new to the region, and we wanted to assist the people in Ghana with a form of measurement of whether we are delivering. So we identified the requirements. The 3 T's were enabling transparency. So the first T is transparency in processing of personal data. We wanted to build trust of service users in our institutions and systems, of data controllers in the Commission, and the general public as a whole, trusting the Commission to be supporting them and to delivering our mandate. We hope that the enabling of transparency and the building of trust will contribute significantly to the national transformation agenda. And that is why our third T is the T. So we are looking to enable transparency, to build trust, and then to contribute to the transformation of the nation. Since then, the leadership of this commission have worked tirelessly to improve our capacity to enable this transparency nationally, to build the trust of data subject institutions and entities that process personal data. We want to manage the culture, the organizational and institutional culture, the mindsets of people, and implement the necessary institutional change required to add value to the national transformation agenda, as far as safeguarding personal data and respecting the privacy of individuals as a fundamental human right is concerned. So I will try and explain the 3 T's practically to explain the how we're going about trying to achieve it. Increasing transparency in the processing of personal data leads to a frequently asked question by data controllers: why should we register with the Commission? Now, beyond the revenue generated through registration fees, the detail of who is processing personal data, which business sector they fall into, the size of the organization, the sensitivity of the data they hold, and where it is stored, the volume involved, the purposes for which data is collected, is information that data subjects have a need to know. We need this information to reassure ourselves that we are comfortable with the data we give to institutions and that we can trust them to deliver our minimum baseline requirements. So why is transparency relevant in protecting personal data? Transparency provides visibility. It tells you and I exactly what institutions are doing with our data. It enables us to participate in the process. And when we talk about participating, kept for the time that they've said they're going to keep it. If you change your address, practically you want an institution to be aware that you no longer live where you said you're living. If details about you change, if your family size increase, you want the service provider that serve you to be able to establish that in this increasingly digitized era, and to be able to maintain the accuracy of your data. We ask institutions, especially public sector institutions that have legitimate grounds to collect our data, to enable fairness in processing